What up? It's your boy Reggie with another Cap City Land production, Cap City Land TV production to be exact. And I'm coming at you from the inside of the good old 73 Monte C with the bench seat and the column shift. No, but anyway, this video is a video that I kind of sliced and diced from when I first got the car and I started doing some work on it. And I didn't run out of money. The problem was I ran out of the actual paint that I was using in order to paint my trunk. So I'm gonna give you, so part of the video is gonna be a video from early on showing, what I did to the trunk and whatnot, all that jazz. And then the rest of the video is going to be showing the rest of the trunk, not the rest of the trunk, but how I did, how the results from the trunk, if you get my drift. So, ain't no perfect builds. It's no perfect process to the build. You're always going to have some stumbles and whatnot. So, let's take it back to the trunk. All right, we're back. And the Monte, I just got done sweeping it out with the shop vac, and if you look closely, there's a couple little small pinholes in here up under the bottom and everything. So it's going to need very little body filler, and particularly on that side. And I do have a little bit of bubbling right here. I don't know if that's bubbling or if that's just a factory defect. I checked up under the car. It actually doesn't look too bad. I don't know if you can see around the exhaust. And this has a small ass tank to be such a big car. But anywho, it's not too bad. And that actually looks like it is a factory defect. I actually did check it thoroughly before I actually purchased the car, and I did notice the pinholes before, so it's not nothing I just now noticed or anything like that. So it's going to need a little bit of body filler, a little bit of mesh screen or whatever that you use. So it's not too bad. Like, this car is actually really solid for it to be what it is. And that's one thing when checking for buying these old school cars like this, you always want to check these seams, especially these seams, because if they're rotted out, then you're in trouble. So these seams are still intact and everything. Nothing's rotted out or anything like that. It's not a Fred Flintstone car or anything, but that's one of the main things that you want to really check on, because if one of the seams in the trunk are rotted out, that's usually the first thing to go in these type of cars, and these A body, G body, whatever type of car you get, whether it be a Ford, Chevy, Dodge, it don't matter. If you got an old school, always check your trunk first, because that's how you can tell if the car is going completely, throughout the frame. The trunk is always the first to go. So over here, the doors, and when you see stuff like that in particular, I don't have a key to the car right now, so it's still in the trunk lock, so I can't get the door open right. I'm not going to go open the door right now. But when you see stuff like that, that's when you start to see the seams around the doors, like the rocker panels and stuff start to go, and the floorboards start to go when you see stuff like that. So this one is actually in tremendous shape, so I ain't mad. So next step is we're gonna get the sand in this thing down a little bit. I'm gonna actually use a wire brush to kind of sand it down on the end of a drill. I'm not going to use too much use the sandpaper or anything like that, but I am going to use the wire brush because it's not, I don't have to get too deep into it. So I'm gonna get to that and I'm gonna get back at you. All right, here's a look at the first go around the sanding, and as you can see, got a little bit of the chips off the surface. Still doesn't look too bad. No surprises so far yet. Back there, one of the little boom mats fell off the top, but you know, that's cool. We get that taken care of. But we're gonna keep on with the sanding. We're gonna do a little bit, try to get another layer off and get it as smooth as possible. I'm using this right now. This is getting the job done. So if any of you doing any do-it-yourself jobs, if you're doing a job like this, I recommend getting you one of these wire wheels from Harbor Freight. Get you a drill. Doesn't have to be a Black & Decker or any, you know, of any sort, or any type of drill like that. Just get you any type of drill that'll work and get the job done. And you know, boom, there you have it. But other than that, I'm gonna work a little bit more on this wall right here, this fender, inner fender, and then we're gonna get some body filler and, you know, fill in like that spot right there. And then I'm gonna get something like some sealer and go around that area, because that's all they use is like caulk or whatever they use. You know, it's not very much gone into this. Caulking a one-step process basically gets these trunks sealed from the factory. You know, they might do something different now, but in the 70s, that's all they did. But I'm gonna get back to you, and you're probably gonna see a little bit of a different trunk from what you see right now. It'll be the same trunk, trust me. No fugaziness going on here. But let's get back to it. All right, guys, this video is probably gonna be kind of off when it comes to the continuity, because it took me a while to get some trunk paint. So I tried to do the rattle can thing, and you see, I failed epically at it. The rattle can wasn't the color. It was supposed to be black and aqua. As you can see, this is not freaking black and aqua. And then I did something, my weather stripping is gone, and I forgot to put the cover on, and bam, it luckily it's not going through or nothing like that. It's just a little surface rust. So I decided I'm going to reprime it, and I got some body work that needs to be done. That was on one of the previous videos, so don't worry about it. But we're gonna reprime it, and we got some real paint that we're gonna use on this instead of the rattle can. So my words of advice to you: do not use the rattle can. Don't waste your time, don't waste your money. I haven't got everything down to the original sticker. I just gotta find it though. But you know, I'm gonna get a few more things done before it goes into the body shop. So I'm actually gonna do the trunk, and then after that, I'm gonna do a few more things as far as touching up and painting, like the undercarriage and whatnot. I'm gonna go with I'm also going to change the suspension. As you can see, I did the suspension, and I can go more in depth on that, on how I did the suspension and everything, and what needed to be done to the underbody, the frame, and all that. Not did the suspension, excuse me, but just the underbody and the frame. But we'll do that in another video. But for now, we're gonna finish up this trunk. I'm finished priming it. We're gonna let it dry for a little bit, sit for about an hour or so, and then we're gonna go over it with the overcoat. So stay tuned. All right, so excuse me if I sound like I'm out of breath. I just lugged this big compressor up the stairs. I had it in my basement, so excuse me if I'm out of breath. But whew. Okay, here we go. Reprimed the trunk. I tried to scrape down some of that rattle can trunk paint, some of that ugly stuff, but I got a lot of it off. But you know, you can't really tell. The stuff that I couldn't get off, you can't really tell. But looks better. We're getting there. I still have this thing. I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do with this. I may actually get rid of it and patch it, but I don't know. I like my music too, so that might have been a good thing that it came like that. Who knows? But yeah, yeah. I mean, let's look at some more things with this trunk. You know, that little seat pad. You see how it's all broken up and everything and crumbling. That's gonna be gone when I pull the seats and replace the upholstery and everything. I'm gonna get a new back guard and replace all that. Also the stuff on the top. I don't know what the heck this is, but yeah, that'll be gone. It look like they caulked the speakers in there, but I'm getting a whole new. Hold on, let's see. Look at the back window, like all that stuff. If you can see, pretty good. I don't know, the glare might be keeping you from seeing it, but I'm getting rid of all that crap. It's gonna be almost back to original, almost. So we're gonna be on big resto mod status right there. But before I get to the meat and potatoes of the trunk, I'm gonna show you what I got. So got a paint gun. You can find one of these at Harbor Freight. I had to get the purple, you know, because my fraternity and everything like that. So I wanted to show out with the purple, and I'm extra because I'm extra like that. But that's that. Also, the main ingredient to getting your trunk right, or close to right, is this OER original equipment reproduction trunk finishing spatter paint. I got the black and the aqua right there. You see that finger pointed right there, black and aqua. It was something else trying to find this, but I'll tell you where I did get it from. I'm located in Columbus, Ohio, so I had actually got this from Jegs. So you can order it on Jegs online. I think Summit may have it also. Some, you know, those my two favorite stores when it comes to restoration parts and high performance parts. This is not a endorsement either. So Summit or Jegs, if you do feel like endorsing your boy, you know where to find me. But anywho, also I got the compressor, air compressor. You ain't gotta go this big, but I went this big. It was on sale, you know. Plus, I needed something for the jobs that I do. I needed something the right size with the right air capacity, and also got the heavy duty hose. You know, this is a must, because if you don't want your hoses and everything breaking on you, see, I got a lot of wear on this one. But if you don't want your hoses and stuff breaking or popping off on you, you got to get that heavy duty joint. But we're gonna get to putting that top coat on, and then we see the results. All right, here's the final process. The results from me painting the trunk. Right here, I didn't paint this wall, this fender right here, because I caught that. So, you know, this is the only bad spot on this car, which is crazy. So when the car goes to the paint shop, we're gonna get that taken care of. Luckily, it's not getting wet or anything inside of here, because you know, I got a waterproof cover, and it's been doing this job so far. And then also, once this dries completely, I'm gonna stick a few of those little dehumidifier pods in here to, you know, kind of just for extra reassurance, to make sure it's not too moist in there. But you know, that's how it looks, and I'm excited. You know, that's the first step. I just had to get it done because the trunk was looking ugly at first. I had to get it done, and that paint, that black and aqua paint, is, you're gonna have some trouble finding it. I had to buy a can of paint for about $100. They was trying to talk me out of it at the store and try to get me to do the rattle can, but as I showed you earlier, the rattle can was, you know, disgusting. But you know, got my brakes, you know, they're still drums. I don't know if I'm gonna convert them yet. I may have to from what I'm doing, the engine mods that I'm doing. So I may have to. That door sounds terrible. But other than that, I still got the front. I got the front off of them. Well, forget it. You know, we ain't gonna worry about it too much. But other than that, Monte is coming along. And you know what? Matter of fact, we're gonna snap it off real quick. Give you an update on what's going on. Like Eddie Kane said. So that's how she looks right now. Everything's taking off. This is gonna be gum, doing everything, doing the motor over, doing a build on it. I am keeping the 350. I know the thing to do is go get the LS motor and all that stuff, but this ain't the one I want to do that in. This gonna be mainly like a little weekend warrior for me, a little cruiser. I got other whips that I can possibly do an LS swap into, but I'm not gonna do it for this one in particular. So you know, stay tuned. Later on, I may get something else. You never know. But see, got my brakes done. It's been snowing and stuff, so washed down off all my little coverings that I had on here. But you see the frame. That frame looks amazing. You know, up under here don't look too bad. I do got one bad spot, which is a floorboard. It looked like somebody tried to pull the plug out the bottom of the floorboard. There go the trunk again. There go my drummies. You know, it has air shocks. I was so surprised when I seen this because I thought it just had a regular suspension, but I knew it was lifted a little bit. So I'm like I was wondering if they had changed the springs or something. And come to find out, this doggone thing got air shocks. There goes where they put the air in. See, 10-bolt rear end with the sway bar. And here go that spot I was talking about in the trunk. Oh, that's the wrong place. Right there in the trunk. So this fender is probably the worst on the car. You can see right here, that trim coming off right there. But, you know, being the worst spot on the car, and probably this one, but I'm getting a whole replacement for that one. But with that being the worst car, it's cold out here, so I'm about to step in here. But with that being said, the Monte Carlo is coming along. I'm not gonna rush and do a rush job and just get it out here, instantly. I'm gonna actually take my time and get everything right. I'm gonna do most of the stuff myself. It's gonna be a resto mod. I'm gonna try to keep as close to original as possible. To keep most of that value in it, but at the same time, there's gonna be some stuff that's custom. I know people get mad. Oh, you gonna do this? I know y'all seen the amp wire in the back. I like my music and everything. I wasn't gonna keep the amp wire in there at first, but the car came like that, so I'm gonna find a way to kind of redo things because it's not really put in right. So I'm gonna find a way to kind of readjust things and go about things in a different manner. See these gauges. I don't got a battery in it right now, but the red lights are bad red lights. It look like the old little party bulbs. So we gonna redo them. I'm gonna probably get some custom gauges to where I gotta instead of the fuel gauge being right here, to move the fuel gauge somewhere in this area, and one of these two. So the one that I'm looking at, fuel gauge moves over here. You got a tach, speedo, and then the clock is digital, and it's in one of the tach or the speedo area, but I'm not sure. But it has other gauges, analog gauges, as far as the temp, the oil, and for battery. Radio, still contemplating on what I'm doing. I'm gonna have a little bit of sound, so you know don't get it twisted. But I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might get a different bezel, new bezel, and cut it, and just go on from there. But I mean, as you can see, I got a long way to go. I think I don't know what my next step is, but my next step is gonna be a good step for sure. So, with that being said, we're gonna end this video on this note, and also, make sure you check out my Instagram. It's CapCityLand7, CapCityLand the number 7, and also on Facebook under CapCityLand7. So make sure you check me out. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell after you hit that subscribe button, so you can stay up to date on my updates from my Monte Carlo, and also the other projects that I'll be partaking in, or if I'm at the track or whatever. So make sure you stay up to date, and appreciate you watching the video. Stay safe.